Hello, happy Monday. I hope wherever you are that you and your loved ones are safe and well, that you're having a good week and a good day. This is not the way I wanted to come back to this channel. I have filmed videos over the last few weeks and I just didn't post them, and I don't even know why. I just didn't. So here we are. So I'm back. I'm going to do my best to stay consistent, but I feel like even if I get the vlogs up, that's a miracle. So I'm leaving this wide open. Why am I back? Number one, because I missed filming. So that's number one. But number two, I had an experience today that I needed to get off my chest and talk to you about because I don't want any of you put in the same position. I woke up on Saturday morning. I have to backtrack. I woke up on Saturday morning scratching my forearms. Now, I don't wear sleeveless shirts. It's not comfortable for me. So even filming in a sleeveless shirt is a big deal for me. But I wanted you to see a little bit of the rash. I just have this weird, doesn't look bad, right? Like up here looks worse than my other parts of my arms. But anyway, I woke up Saturday morning, I was scratching a lot. That's what woke me up. And so we had that big walk on Saturday. I did get a little bit sunburned, which, anyway, that's neither here nor there. It doesn't look quite as red as it did the other day, but it was fine. We were tired, whatever. We had a laid back weekend. We didn't really do much of anything yesterday. I don't remember. I don't think. No. We kind of just stayed put, and rebounded from the big walk. So today, or last night, my husband said, because by Saturday night, the rash had spread to my shoulders. So now I'm like scratching, and I'm trying to put Cordaid and stuff on it, which didn't really help. So then I put calamine lotion on. Took the edge off. I'm not really supposed to use ice, but last night my husband said, why don't you take a Benadryl just to see if it would take the edge off? Well, I think I reacted to the Benadryl, to be honest with you, and I think this has happened before, because it was like, we all went to bed relatively early for us, which was super late, but I took the Benadryl, everybody goes to bed, and then like within that hour, I started to feel like my tongue was tingling, and I'm like, okay, that's not good. And my mouth felt, not externally, my inside felt a little funny, so I thought, that's from the Benadryl, that's not from this. So I stayed up because in my warped head, I'm sorry, I'm scratching, I thought, well, if I have to go to the emergency room, I better be awake so I can wake somebody else up, namely my husband. So anyway, I ended up falling asleep for a couple of hours this morning because I was up all night. I had cold packs on my arms. I was padded in, but I had cold packs on because I thought that would help. It helped a little bit. So then today I called my dermatologist because it's 4th of July week, here in the United States. That's like it's like holiday time is the worst time to get sick or need help because everyone's like, I'm on vacation, which they're entitled to. But they said, I found out two bad things. One, they can't see me until next Thursday, like a week from Thursday. So I made the appointment anyway. And the other was that our longtime dermatologist, who, it was kind of sketchy. He was like, through the pandemic, he was older, but he passed away last year. And I'll be honest, that's devastating because he was I'm going to try not to swear. He was like one of these lightning strike doctors who was just extraordinarily kind. He was like, do you guys remember the Wilford Brimley from the Lemonade commercial? He was like the country time guy, okay? Sweet elderly man who would hum as he, do as he was talking to you, but he was always so nice. He treated you like you were a piece of extended family to him. And so that was devastating. We had a feeling when they were kind of sketchy about where he was, the last time we were in the office, we were like, oh, where is so-and-so? And they went, oh, he didn't come back since the pandemic. And then all of a sudden, he must have been unwell, but he was gone. So that was devastation number two. And I'll be honest, that genuinely made me sad because he was one of the good guys. I saw one of the bad guys today, so. Made the appointment with the dermatologist, but then they said maybe go to a walk-in place just to see what they say. Well, it did. The technician was super nice. He looked at my arms, all my vitals, whatever. We talked my medical history, which is a mess, as you all know. And then this doctor walks in. He kind of was cocky, and I thought, well, that's strike one. But the bigger strikes were to come. And he didn't really examine me. He just listened to my story. He looked briefly at my arms, a little bit, And then he goes into this politically prejudiced, inappropriate, offhanded remark monologue thing. The technician who was typing things on the computer went, and then shrank. The guy was like shrinking down into his seat. And I went, wait, whoa, 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 no, 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 no. And I was just like, what? I have been through a lot of, as you all know, if you've been on the page for a while, I've been through a lot of BS medical appointments where I've been called a freak show. I've been told if I got off my ass and stopped eating bonbons, all of my symptoms would go away. That was one of my early ones. If you haven't been around for a long time. That was in the early days, which was like, what? 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 And the only thing that made that appointment better, if you have not been on the page for a while, was I had my toddler daughter with me, and she said mama for the first time in that appointment. And I think the universe was sending me a gift, because I was so angry. I was ready to punch him, and then I hear mama, mama, and I look at my daughter, and she's in the stroller, and I went, and they were talking as if I wasn't there, as if I was a mannequin who had no opinion. And as soon as I said, say mama, she said dada, and then she laughed. So I was like, but you did say mama. So I thought, thank you, because that brought me down. But I don't talk about politics on this page for a lot of reasons. I have a lot of extreme, big, like very opinions. They don't have a place in this lane, okay? And when I've had people come at me on this page with their political blah, 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 I delete the comments. I don't comment back because I don't think it's appropriate. We, in our own lives, and if we're not, like, this venue is not the place for me to vent my prejudiced opinions, which dear God, I hope I don't have any prejudiced opinions. But he didn't know me. He didn't know my life. He didn't know who was in my family, who was in my background, if I might be offended by the things he was saying. I could not believe my ears. And I just sat there, and I had to stop him. And then I went into a little bit of a shutdown of my own to get him to stop. And I think then he realized how inappropriate he was being. But my goodness, this blog, this page was never about, and it made me so upset, but this page was never about venting my own personal political opinions. This is about my medical journey and your medical journey. Or if you're with me and you don't have a medical journey like mine, but you're just here to support me, it's not about the politics. Everybody's got their opinions. My God, if you live in America right now, how could you not have an opinion? But this is not the place. And neither is a hospital room, neither is an exam room, to dump, when you don't know that person, to dump your political BS in somebody's lap when they're just talking to you about a rash. Then this clown says to me, well, maybe you should just stop all your meds and see if, and so I went, wait, what? And I said, stop my meds that I've been on for 20 years? And so then he's like, well, yeah, see if that's like a rebound. I wasn't even listening at that point because I thought, A, if I stop all my meds, I'm going to go into a possibly deadly withdrawal. So, hi, jackass, number one. Number two, what? So he said he thought it was my Lipitor, possibly my lupus history. Now, granted, listen, I know that when you go into a walk-in clinic, they are not your regular doctor. They don't have, unless he said, two intelligent things he said was, drink a lot of water. Okay. And the other thing he said was that he felt like he was in a kitchen making with ingredients that he didn't know what he was making. So yes, and I agree with that, however he said it. I am it's not straightforward with me. I'm on a lot of meds. I've been on them for a long time. I have a telephone book of medical situations, and I have had allergic reactions to meds in the past. The other thing was my doctor had put me on nortriptyline at a very, very lowest dose possible because he thought it could potentially help the spasms in my legs. Now, I don't also mention medications because everybody takes meds. I have had people come at me and say, why are you taking such and such? Or don't take that because it's dangerous. I've been on these meds for 20 years. So it's like, no, I'm not stopping them because they keep me going. They keep me functioning. But everybody's system is different. But I'm mentioning that because I did stop that. Because one of the side effects of that medication could potentially be weight gain. And I feel like I've gained 5, possibly more pounds since I've been on it, or up to 5 pounds, but I feel it. And I've already gained weight. I don't like how I look right now. So I feel like I don't need a medication that isn't like my normal medication adding to my weight issue. So I did stop that. I was only on it for a couple of weeks. So I mentioned that, and he thought, well, it might be more of the Lipitor. And so I was just sitting there looking at him like, we're done. We're done. And so he said to me, I want you to, maybe talk to your doctor. That was the third smart thing he said, talk to my doctor. So I am going to call my doctor tomorrow because it's too late in the day now. But I just was, if your doctor comes into the room and starts ranting inappropriately and politically or about anything, about their own personal opinions, like we went years and years and years and years ago when I was expecting our gal. My husband and I went to different pediatricians to see who we were going to go with. And so I, because my doctor was like, you're a high-risk pregnancy, blah, blah, blah. Just, see who you like. So we hadn't really thought about that, but it was a good thing to do. And so we went to this office that had good recommendations. And the doctor was the son of somebody that I had known in my life, who I respected tremendously. Did not respect this guy. He was on his phone. He called us in, and we were like, should we wait outside? And he's like, no, sit down. And then he proceeds to be on his cell phone talking about a wild, and I mean wild, ski weekend that he had just had. Then he hangs up and says, so, you think you might bring your baby? And I was like, not. So we were very polite. We left, and my husband and I were like, not a chance. That clown is never, never examining our baby. And we didn't go to that practice because it was like, no flipping way. So when you have somebody bringing their own opinions into your medical situation, it's like, wait, whoa, you're bringing it out of bounds. It's like, don't do that. So I had to stop him. I said, let's get back to the rash. And so he thought it was sun exposure in combination with my medication, in combination with, who the heck knows? I just don't even care at this point. I'm going to put some, what's the name of it, calamine on it and call my own doctor. But I just thought I'd stop by just to alleviate my own worry and my husband's worry. And I regret doing that now because I feel like I don't have any more information and now I'm mad. So if you are in a medical situation, like I wouldn't do that on this page because this is not the venue for it. It's not the place to do that. And so don't let people dump their, especially in this situation. Like I just thought, no, what are you doing? But he was a clown. So somebody said I should report him, and I think I might because that's not okay. Especially because what he said could have deeply affected somebody in my life. He didn't know me. He never met me before. And so it's like, you're coming in and shooting your mouth off, and it's like, what? But I took offense because every normal person would have taken offense. It's like, are you kidding me, dude? What are you doing? So anyway, that's where we are. Welcome back to the channel. I'm sorry. I have filmed things, I just haven't posted them, but I'm going to try to do better. I hope that you have a low pain, no pain, low aggravation, no itching, kind of a day, kind of a week, and kind of a weekend to come. That's what we hope for. That's what we deserve. That is what I truly wish for each and every one of you. I hope you have a lovely 4th of July weekend, and just be safe. Wherever you are in the world, be safe. There's so much, the world is on fire right now, but just be careful and stand up for yourselves, and don't let people dump their political blah on you, because that's not fair, okay? And it's inappropriate, and it's not the right place for it. So I shut him down, and he just stood there shocked. So I was like, you know what, you want to take me on, buddy? We can both bring it out. So anyway, have a good afternoon, be well, keep a good thought for this, that it stops, because I can't take it anymore. And I will see you next weekend for the blog next week. For everything, take care.